Where did that blue-haired kid go?
She couldn't have gone far with those injuries. Root her out! How dare she think about snatching the leader from right under our noses!
Should I call them sinners? Or monsters? Without a doubt, all of this is caused by mania. Those hyperactive sinners aren't just going wild from gaining a new power. The power itself is the problem. Yeah, this is similar to what happened to Hela and Hecate. Their minds are a lot more chaotic than before, but I don't seem to be affected at all. There are more sinners here today than all the sinners that appeared in this city in the past 10 years. Guess it's really the shackles' fault. I'm not shackled, so I'm not affected. But the folks from the NBCC, as well as those who came to get the shackles on their own, are having problems. Those from the NBCC are seeing the strongest symptoms. Hela said the shackles would be calm and stable when the chief is around. But now that he's dead, why did they become so malevolent? What's spurring them? It can't be a sinner. It must be something more deeply connected to him. He wasn't in the mine that time, yet Hecate insisted the shackles were there, and the contamination was indeed shattered from below. Those two kids said there was a powerful bond between the two halves, and the shackles used this connection to cross space-time and come to the mine. Does that mean the shackles also have a powerful bond with the corpus, and that it's still alive? That makes sense. Their problems arose after we cleared the mine and started heading back. The shelter was also a mess when we arrived. That should be the time things went wrong. Was the chief killed at that time? After he just defeated that monster? Was it because he was weakened by the battle? Who did it? Rustfire claims the executive officers did it. Then how did Rustfire bring the chief out? If the culprit is Rustfire, what's their motive? What really happened at that time? No, it doesn't matter anymore. His death benefited everyone. Rustfire took up the banner of justice and grew rapidly, from a small militia on the brink of annihilation to a force that expelled the executive committee and occupied all of West District. Both BR-004 and BR-002 are in their hands now. They've realized their goal. The gangsters used this chance to whitewash their crimes. They became righteous Rustfire warriors by just shouting a few slogans and throwing on a cloak. Plus, they gained extraordinary powers and became sinners by just touching the leader. That's a lot better than being a gangster. As for the executive committee, they haven't necessarily lost yet. They let Rustfire have Syndicate and a couple of black rings, but those fools didn't do anything with them. They didn't focus on cultivating hypercubes, nor did they go hunt down the escaped corpus. The first thing they did was to come snatch up the shackles. Rustfire, take a look at the hoodlums you recruited for your so-called future. And you wanted Syndicans to rise up and take back their future? Yeah. Disgusting! Absolutely disgusting! How is this any different from gangs and mania weapons? There's no difference at all. From now on, a swarm of sinners will terrorize Syndicate. Things will be exactly the same as before. I might as well kill the chief and get rid of the shackles for good. The shackles are a new catalyst for violence that must be eradicated before it harms more people.
A shadow? It's that blue-haired kid!
Protect the shackles! She's not here to take the leader away. She's here to kill! She wants to kill the leader!
I'm sick of you bastards! Look what you did to Syndicate, you...
Don't make stuff up! Chief would never abandon us. He'll have an explanation for this for sure.
Where's Chief? You said you'd take us to see Chief. The shackles are all messed up. I can't feel him.
Everyone says they hate violence, but violence has already been ingrained in their souls. The more you want to realize a dream, the more shortcuts you're willing to take. All these years, the fastest shortcut in Syndicate has always been violence.
What an audacious little tyke! You dare harm our leader?
What a joke. If you really respected him, return him to the people waiting for him! Ugh, did I lose? Lose to these bastards? So this is the future? Is it still gonna be like this? Nothing changed at all? Go eat shit.
What's happening? She already fainted, but the shadows are still...
Like they say, ignorance is dangerous. The uneducated will always see black as just black.
Raven from Rustfire, what are you doing here? Oh, right. You're here to get the leader too, you...
We'll talk about that in a bit. Right now, I'm very angry.
Don't be scared. Don't panic. Her ink will be used up soon. She won't be able to hold out much longer. Call for backup. We have more than enough people.
The weapon of a poet is her thoughts, which gets conveyed through her writing. I'm quite lazy, so I didn't write that much. I happen to run a school around here. I wrote a few dozen textbooks and a couple hundred poems. I finally met a student I liked enough to pass on my work to. But look what you did to her. I must avenge her. You're awake? Had a nice dream of soaring in the sky? I know kids all love dreams like that.
It's you. Oh, where am I? Where's Chief? I have to take him back. There are people waiting for him.
Oh, leave tedious stuff like that to the grown-ups. In a bit, I'll send you back to your cute little homeless friends.
Will the grown-ups be able to handle it? You guys are the ones who made Syndicate end up like this.
Then why don't you try to go on your own? What a pity it is to be stuck here with no way out. But think about it. If you had a broader outlook and greater knowledge, maybe you'd be able to find a way to escape the bird.
Must you lecture me right here and now?
Well, I have a captive audience right now. What a great opportunity. Want me to tell you about the history of this city? It's a story I never heard in Syndicate. Look. The desert in the distance used to encompass all of this city. This entire city-state used to be desert, and after the perishing star fell, it also became the center of calamity. For a long time, people didn't have hypercubes, and were helpless against disasters. They fought each other for pitifully few resources, and had no hope of solving any problems. Weren't they similar to today's Syndicate? They had even fewer choices than we do today.
However, even in such darkness, humanity didn't give up and eventually found hope. They used hypercubes to withstand the indomitable apocalypse, and established a great city-state in the middle of a barren wasteland. The very existence of this city stands as a beacon of hope in the sea of darkness.
Oh? Where did you read that, little tyke? I've never encountered any schools in Syndicate other than the one I set up.
In the past, when the homeless finished their classes, they would bring back their textbooks for me to read.
Oh, the ones I wrote? Did you ask to borrow those textbooks from them, or did they find out you like to read themselves?
I already knew everything you said. But I don't see it the way you do. The way I see it, if Keelan hadn't come back, or if the perishing star had simply struck some important person's hometown, none of this would have happened. Everything you see today is a fluke. But even with such good fortune, people still turn this place into a mess. Good things happen once in a blue moon. Misfortune and despair are constant. I've seen too much to have any optimism. I can't change myself. I'm not a student you can teach to be good, and I don't need anyone to give me any answers.
It's fine. You don't need to change.
Huh?
This is a path you worked hard to create yourself. Even if you don't want to move forward at all and feel unhappy with each step you take, it's fine. As a teacher, I want to show you a bigger world. I don't need you to believe there's always light ahead. But when you do have to take a step, I hope I can help you see more routes to choose from. As a poet, I love the sight of you in pain, and I love how torn your soul is. You reject hope, yet you're already the hope of many people. You hate change, yet your presence has changed the world. Only those who can't let go of the light suffer in the dark. I love that light you cling on to in your heart.
What a load of nonsense. This is why no one reads your weird poems.
You're still around, aren't you? It's almost time for you to go. Today's class was a bit short. But thanks to you, a great poem of mine will get to live on forever. Just think of it as homework and memorize it. In the future, travel wide and tell it to others.
What do you mean?
I want more people to see my adorable student.
I'm not asking about that. Where are you right now?
Me?
Where are you, dumb bird? Where did you get all that ink? Answer me!
In the land of Syndicate, I witnessed both hope and despair. Indulging in darkness, yet searching for light. Writing poems and becoming a poem.
Out of my way! Where's the leader? Where did you take the leader to? Wasn't that little tyke? Did the leader leave with that kid? Attack! Use up all that ink, and those birds will come back!
Go back to the Drifter camp! Go! Hurry!
In honor of the flames rekindled amidst the rust. The winds howling amidst the forest. The birds fluttering their wings in the storm. The flowers blooming in the mud. No time to come up with any more. In honor of dreams. In honor of hope. In honor of the future.